From beautiful North Hollywood, California, it's Flashback Tonight, starring Delius. Today, we are reuniting with the lead singer of 3T and nephew of Michael and Janet Jackson, T.J. Jackson.
Hello and welcome to Flashback Tonight's Summer Edition. We are forced to ditch our... I'm not sure why that's still playing again. Hold on here. There we go. So we are here. We're forced to ditch our live in-studio audience in favor of one-on-one interviews with our guests due to COVID. Our first guest was here back in 2016 on our debut episode. Him and his brothers of 3T gave us one of our highest rated and most hilarious episodes. And he's back here to talk about his new musical offering. Put your hands together for a virtual hand clap of T.J. Jackson. What's up, TJ?
How are you, Delius?
How you doing? Good,
it's
man.
Been a while, man. It's good to see you, though.
Man, you got that. Why is this playing on loop? You've got that TJ Jackson smile that you're always smiling, man. You always happy these days?
You got to be grateful in life. You know, I'm blessed. I got my family. We're all healthy. We know how to read. We get food. There's a lot to be blessed. There's a lot to be grateful here in life. So I take that approach for everything.
Do you ever get mad? You ever get angry? Yelling angry? Because it's hard to see you with that smile to get mad at anybody. You ever tell anybody, you know what? Keep messing with me and I'm going to F you up. You ever say that to somebody?
Okay, I don't say those words because I don't swear because my mother, she scared me when I was a kid and my pops too. So I don't say bad words, but I do get that angry sometimes. You know, it takes a lot to piss me off though.
It takes a lot to get you there.
It does, but it's like my father. He's chill, he's cool. But if you set him off, watch out. So it's one of those things. But I'm trying as I get older, trying to manage all my emotions at all times, no matter what. I'm trying to see things in multiple ways so I can see. I'm just getting real philosophical these days. So it's been good. I don't see myself getting into any crazy fights or anything. That's not me.
Because as you said on our last episode in 2016, you're a lover, not a fighter.
That's right. That's right. That's the only way to be. Life's too short to be fighting all the time. And I honestly think those who because I get some nasty messages, I get some hate. I got some people who upset me, but I honestly think I've learned to phrase it as there's something that may be upsetting them that is directing that kind of ill spirit towards me, and that's. That mentality, accepting that mentality has changed everything. So it's all good. I'm here to smile and love and appreciate each day, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So back in 2016, you, Terrell, and Taj came to the studio audience of Flashback Tonight. And it is whenever I'm talking to somebody about Flashback Tonight, they always talk about the 3T episode and how hilarious that was. You guys, your audience and your fans were saying that this is the most relaxed that they had seen you in an interview.
It's all you, man. You do it. I'm telling you, yes, it was your first, it was your first show. I remember when we were told about it. And we all were excited to do it. We didn't expect much.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of a rib at you. That was kind of a low blow towards you that we didn't expect much. But when we got there and seeing your vibe and talking with you, you had it. So we knew we could relax. We knew we could be comfortable. And when we came on your couch and got your first question, we didn't know what to expect. But when we got that first question, we knew it was going to be a good time. So I still love watching it. Every now and then I'll watch it and, I'll reminisce about Junebug and all that good stuff.
Junebug.
It was a good time, man. And still, truthfully, probably my favorite interview I've been a part of. So, yeah. And I've done hundreds, if not thousands. It's just, that's to me is the way you do an interview. And that's why when you reach back out to do another, I was complete game.
Absolutely. You have to say, I just caught a picture of myself in the monitor here. I did something special for you today. I did the TJ man bun just for you today. Can you see that?
That's right.
I did it especially for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna give you a C plus.
What?
Okay, C look, let me B minus. That's it.
What's wrong with the man bun? Look, I got a part on the side. Look at that.
The part is why you even passed. The problem, it looks like it hurts. You gotta have some looseness to it so it doesn't pull.
Well, you know? I don't have that good Jackson hair, so if mine is loose, it's just nappy. It just curls up to a big ball of popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. So I got to pull it for it to be straight.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. Can you play that piano back there?
No, not at all. For a couple of reasons.
Okay, exactly. I love it.
There's not a piano back there.
I love it.
So let's dive into your new record, man.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm loving the new sound. My favorite song off the EP that you just put out is the one we just played. I Can't Stand It, dude. What? Or last night? Sorry, last night. Good. What is it that you were going for when you I guess we're coming to this whole live band thing. It's real funky. Got horns.
Yeah. You know, I remember it clearly because I went to Nashville just to get away. Really. Yeah. It's just to escape. I was writing for other artists and just trying to expand my palette as a musician. So I was just writing, and I had so many songs, and I was like, you know what? These songs sound like they could kind of be TJ songs. So I connected with the guy, and ever since then he's been my producer. And we came up with, I'll never forget it. There's one trip I went up to Nashville. We wrote last night, and I couldn't sleep. I was in the hotel room looking and singing and just kind of performing it and saying, it feels like me, because one of the biggest hurdles I had as a musician was accepting who I was. Mm-hmm. You know, it was really hard for me to sing and people say it sounds like this Jackson or that Jackson, and then I'd retreat, and then I'd try to go another way. And it wasn't because I'm ashamed of who I am. It's just I was so hung up on trying to find me, you know, and to be different. And then with this whole journey I've been on, I said, I'm just going to do me, and I'm going to accept anything. If I get an influence to do a certain thing that's very Jackson-esque, I'm going to do it. You know, I don't care. You can say whatever you can, because truthfully, there's a lot of people on the radio that are doing the same thing and getting away with it. If they could do it, why do I have to be so sensitive about it? So I just did that, you know, and it to me, it's kind of a Jackson-esque song. Mm-hmm. It's got that funk, and I all my music, I want to have that old school kind of, that I want it to be modern, but I want it to have some throwback elements. And for last night, it's that live bass, live drums, live horns. I wanted all that. So that's what we did.
Man, I have been bumping that in my car for the last a week and a half now. And every time that hook hits with that bass, man, that bass is just it's such a groove and so funky. And then those horns, it strikes back to the old days. Not to say that you were trying, but I'm thinking of Michael when he used all those arpeggiated horns back in the day, and
that's right,
like bringing it back.
That's right. And, you know, one of my favorite albums from my uncle is Off the Wall, you know, and that early 80s, late 70s sound that he was doing. And I'm not afraid to go back there. You know, not many are doing it at this time, but I think it's a classic sound, and it's what's inspiring me today. So I'm going for it.
And as opposed to the 3T record, so 3T songs have a certain sound to it, and then this has a sound. Were you purposely trying to stay away from any sound that you had done before with 3T that separated you, or was this something that you always wanted to do that maybe the other two was like, that's not really the sound that we want to do?
I wouldn't say always want to do, but as we got, like our last record, when we sat down on your couch last time, we had just finished a record, and I could kind of sense we were going in different directions musically. You know, at that time I was getting into this style of music, and, you know, one of my brothers was getting into more EDM style of music. Mm-hmm. And my other brother was getting into film, but you know, so we were kind of going different directions musically, which is just fine, which is okay, and is healthy. So when he went to do his project, I felt like it was my opportunity to do my type of thing and explore what I feel record what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. And I wouldn't say it was something that I've always wanted to do. It's just something as I've matured and listened to more music, it's what I found and enjoyed. So that's what I'm doing.
What was the process like of doing this record? How long does it take you to write a song? I know for myself, I hate writing with people because I'm a slow writer to get what I want across. And then everyone else is like, okay, here it is. And they finish the song before I put my input in. It's like, well, hold on. I got something to say. I just take a little longer. How was your writing process?
Yeah. So, and I don't know what it is, but I just found a great group in Nashville, man. I found a great humble, I live here in LA, and I've worked with a lot of writers here in LA, but to me, there's a certain humility out there that I haven't found here in LA that's genuine and authentic. And, it's completely about the music. The talk of splits and all that stuff isn't in the back of the mind. It's, and I don't know the term they use out there, but if you're in the room and trying to create something, you're an equal partner. It ain't like that here in LA,
Not at all.
There's been some records I've written where I've written a lot of it, and I'm looking back and saying, wow, that's crazy. When I see what they gave me for my splits, and I've been there, done that, not for me. So when you work with people that are humble like that and still talented, you're able to listen, so even though if someone has a part that they feel is great for the song, I could still say, let me just try this because I think it will be more for me. And I do that, and this is the reaction I get every time. This is your record. This is a song you're going to be singing in 30, 40 years. Yeah. We're going to be writing other songs for other people. So you have to decide, and that is so enabling and so empowering for me, and it's very refreshing because it's not, I feel like here in LA, it's very ego driven. It's like, I'm the man, so I know what's best, and you be a fool not to follow me,
Yeah.
So I'm good with my team in Nashville and my writers out there, and I plan on being there for a while writing when it comes to music. Now, real quick, as the process, because I just realized I didn't answer these songs we've been writing. Like last night was written from, I'd say honestly, from 11 to 3 p.m. one day.
Isn't it funny? The best ones usually come quick, don't they?
And I'm not saying all my songs are the best, but they've all been written that way, because the Nashville, that sounded very.
You literally just said all my songs are the best. I that's what I took away from it.
I know, I didn't mean it that way, but check me out. The Nashville way of doing things, it's like scheduled, which is something that I've never done and was never, like, literally, I would go on a write from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then another from 2 to 5 and end the day with 2 songs completely written. That's kind of the Nashville way of doing things.
Yeah, that's Nashville. The best songs and the greatest songs usually come out of Nashville because they're really about telling stories and the musicianship of it. Whereas everybody else has gone to produced and auto-tuned. And Nashville, still the same.
I'm telling you. So I'm good there. So we write the songs, but what happens is we record, an initial kind of a demo vibe, and then I live with it. I'll fly back home. I'll live with it for about 6 months to even up to a year. Have all these ideas, additional parts, changes I want to make. I make notes, and then when I get back to Nashville, I try to knock it out right there.
So it's taking you a good 6 months to a year to finish this EP, huh?
Easily. I got songs easily. Every song that everyone has heard so far, except I Don't Deserve This, has taken, I would say, at least 1 year. I'd say a year and a half before it was started. And there's songs that I wrote a year or two ago that honestly aren't going to get released for a couple of years. But here's the thing: when you're using live instrumentation and when you're inspired by classic sounds, you don't have to rush to catch a trend. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to catch what the current sound is sounding like, because then it's going to rush the whole process. I like to let things marinate and bake, and so that the best product and the best art can develop properly.
Well, speaking of marinate, let's talk about Insomnia. The video.
I knew you were going there.
Oh yes, TJ. That video, I don't know why you call it Insomnia, because of after the activities in that video, you should fall straight asleep. But that's not here or there. Okay. That video is very sexual, sensual type of video. I mean, there's more cakes in that video for 3 birthdays.
Here's the thing. I knew when I came back with my solo stuff, when we decided to make Insomnia the first single, I knew I had to do something to change it up. Everyone saw us as a little kids from 3T, you know, all sweet and all pop and bubblegummy, and I had to do something to shake it up. And Insomnia just fit right. You know, it's a love song, it's a beautiful romantic song, and I wanted to do a video to show people I've grown up. And
that's great. And I know how you felt with that. And I see what you were trying to do. But my real question is, was your wife on the set when that happened? What happened there?
My wife was on the set and off the set. She was there. My wife is special because she's become my stylist. But she's there designing me. She's there, you know, making sure I'm okay, checking everything. And then I remember like an hour and a half into some of those scenes, I was looking out for her. It's like, where is she? Is everything looking okay? I want to know her opinion because she'll tell me this ain't working or you need to do this. And I couldn't find her. You know, I was like, where did she go? And someone was like casually, oh, she went downstairs. I think she went on a walk, or, you know, she went to go get something to eat. And I knew what that meant, you know? So I was like, shoot, I'm in a little bit of trouble now, you know? But she's all good. You know, she wasn't upset at me. Well, she may have been upset at me, but it wasn't like I was on punishment. She didn't talk to me. She just needed a break. And I can understand it now. You know, I think myself as an artist, I just try to go for the best visual and sounding art. There was no emotional attachment. There was no me trying to get something or anything, working on something. She knows me better than that. So I understand where she's coming from. She loves me. I love her. Uh-oh. Did you freeze?
I think I'm not sure. So
okay.
Truthfully, I see you moving slowly, but I don't know if it's me or if it's you.
It's probably me. But anyway, yeah, she's good. She's good. She still gives me little ribs every now and then, but she loves me and she supports me 100%.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Am I still freezing or going back and forth?
You're good. You're just slow motion.
I'm just slow motion. I don't want to be slow motion, man. It sucks. Okay. So with this new EP, do you plan on touring with it?
I do.
So you do?
You know what? That was the plan before COVID. I was supposed to go out to Europe. I was supposed to promote it out there and maybe do a couple of shows. But, you know, COVID sidelined all that. So now the plan is to do concerts and performances out in next year for my album. Because I got a whole album that's going to be releasing next summer. And this is the first time I'm mentioning it. So any of my fans out there, there's going to be an album coming out next summer. But that's when I plan on touring and doing shows, full shows.
So you just released this EP and you're already working on putting another EP out for next summer?
Yeah, well,
and then I
got another EP coming in November. So I got an EP coming in November and then an album coming in the summer. So like I said, I've been working since I last saw you, since 2015. I've kind of been slowly accumulating TJ songs. So I got a lot out there that I want to share with the world. So I got a little schedule and a little plan to make that happen so that I don't disappear at all. That's my new thing. I'm not getting any younger. I want to keep it going. And yeah, I have an EP at the end of this year and then an album in the summer.
Wow, man. So you're working pretty hard. And I noticed on the first issue of the Insomnia EP that Last Night wasn't on it. And I had to buy it as a separate single. Is that conscious?
Well, Last Night's actually part of the second EP. So that's why that's happening. Last Night is the first song from the second EP. And then I released my next song in a couple weeks. And I'm just trying to release a song every other month just to keep my fan base and my following and community on their toes and excited and keep that trend going.
So why not just make it part of one EP and just release them out? Because isn't that kind of confusing?
No, I don't see it that way. I mean,
Insomnia came out in May, or then within a few weeks, then your second EP lead single, Last Dance, came out right after or so? Was there a lot of time in between?
Yeah. Obsession came out, the EP came out in March, and then Last Night came out in May to start the next batch of songs for the second EP. So, and Insomnia was a year ago. So I did four videos for that first EP that all ended by March. And then in May, last night, to start the next batch.
Okay. Well, you know what? As long as we're getting new music, do we really?
I promise you, it ain't that confusing. I promise you.
You promise me what?
It ain't that confusing.
It ain't okay. So who inspires you? I know you come from a famous Jackson clan, obviously, and I'm sure that Michael and your siblings, Janet and Jermaine, and all of them have inspired you to do music stuff. But who are you listening to today? Who else musically inspires you, relevant today?
I've been listening a lot to the Isley Brothers, the Ohio Players, Sade.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to the Police, a lot of some Hendrix, Leon Bridges. Don't know if you're familiar with him, but
I feel like I know the name, but I can't think of the song. What was his big hit?
His big hit was River, but I've been listening to his last album, which is, I think it's called Coming Home. I want to say it's called Coming Home. It's great R&B. It's classic sounding R&B that's releasing now, and he's a great artist and someone that I think is everyone's going to know about in the next couple of years.
Okay. Well, on the last show, first of all, promoting this record is like, a big deal. So I'm hoping that you guys have successful promotion with COVID going on, that you get the max out of your EPs and all that. But last year on the show, we played a little game that you failed at miserably, called Which Jackson Sang It? And you just didn't know. Well, I think you got MJ right. Yeah, your brother Taj didn't know anything, which is just sad. So I want to kind of do the second reiterating of that game, because I'm hearing that you are a person that forgets all of your lyrics. You can't remember lyrics. So I want to see if you can finish the lyrics of some of these famous songs that you should know. Let's just see how bad you are with lyrics. Okay. Now this is going to be easy. This first is going to be a little easy. So don't think too hard. All right.
Real quick. You are about to embarrass me. I'm just
Yay!
This is going to be so bad. I'm going to have people hitting me up, telling me, how could I not know this? So I'm just warning you, it's going to get ugly. And I'm going to be 100% honest and truthful. So this isn't an act, but I'm ready.
This isn't an act.
I'm just letting you know.
He's got to preface it with that. Okay, really? First song. We're moving on up to the east side to Oh, you are bad. Oh, there you go.
I know the song. Isn't it Piece of the Pie somewhere in there?
Yeah, it's just not next. You can't just throw a piece of the lyric from.
I honestly, I have no idea what comes after what you said.
We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe
kind of life. I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, this is really going to be bad then, because that was
I'm not going to get any of these.
That was my softball one. That was the Jeffersons. We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
They lived in the song. You got to remember too, I'm a little younger than you.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you something, TJ Jackson. You are not that much younger than me. What are you approaching 50, aren't you?
Yeah. Not yet.
How old are you?
I can look it up. Turned 42.
Let's just see if that's true.
42? It's true. July
42?
1978.
Man, you look about 50, but never mind.
I love it.
Back at you. Okay. Moving on to the next song. So baby, please stop. Oh, it's getting hot.
That's us. That's 3T. That's me, actually. I sing that song.
Is it?
It's Tease Me.
If it is, then you better not get it wrong.
Girl, you better not.
And I'm going to give you 4 words.
Girl, you better not. Why you want to tease me?
All right, you got one.
You don't know how good I feel right now, Delius. You don't know how good I feel.
Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. This is an easy one. I want to rock right now.
I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down.
That's two.
I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get
what?
outrageous. Stay away from me.
There's rumors I heard from a reliable source, Junebug Jackson, that you are a dope rapper. Yeah, Tanae told us. So listen, can you
Tanae told us.
Yeah, so family wouldn't lie. So listen, can you give us a hot 16? A hot 16 of like Baby Got Back?
Say that again, Delius.
Can you give us a hot 16 of Baby Got Back? You want me to start it for you?
Yeah, start up.
Ready?
Yeah. Baby
got back and I cannot lie.
One more time.
Baby got back and I cannot lie. That's everyone knows it. I know 3-year-olds.
I know it. I promise you. Give me one more line and I'll give you the next three.
All right. Baby got back and I cannot lie. I don't know the rest of it. Now that you said that. Baby got back and I cannot lie. All you other brothers can't deny.
That when a
girl.
That when a girl, you got to do it with me.
We can't because it'll be off. What you call it?
Baby got back and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when you see a
no. Mm-mm. When a girl walks in,
your face. Dang, okay. You know what? This is embarrassing. No. This was my song too.
Yeah, that's sad.
I told you.
Who was the politician that did it on Masked Singer? Sarah, whatever, from Alaska, the governor. All right.
I'm gonna. Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she did it on the Masked Singer, but you can't even get 2 lines out. That's embarrassing.
Okay, wait. First of all, by the end of this round, I'm gonna get that back. It's just got to come to me.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I can't hide the things that you do to me, even though.
I can't hide the things you do to me. No idea.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah.
It's your damn song.
My song?
It really is. It's a 3T song. Think about it.
I can't hide. One more time.
I can't hide the things that you do to me, even though.
I can't hide the things you do to me.
Put it this way. With the newfound sexual TJ, this was the precursor to that sexual TJ when little kids shouldn't have been singing lyrics like this. But go ahead.
I can't hide. I can't.
Written by Robin Thicke.
Oh, sexual tension?
Is it attention or attraction?
Maybe sexual tension. Love that song. That's a great.
Obviously, you don't love it too much because you don't know the words. I can't hide the things that you do to me.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Every girl with me.
Can't hide from the things that you do to me, even though you deny ever being down with me. You say we're friends, but I say that we're much more. That's it.
Sure. Wasn't what we're looking for, but we'll leave it to you.
I got a point, right?
That's a C-. Okay. Exactly. How do you like it? All right. Almost done here. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
Isn't that like Elmo? That's Big Bird. I love you. Barney, you love me.
You got kids, man.
In a big.
Well, you know the melody, you just don't know the lyrics.
Hey, my uncle always told me melody is king.
Yeah, melody is king. All right, last one.
Yes.
Right, this is it. This is for all the points. This can get rid of all the other ones that you didn't get.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. You went to school to learn, girl. Things you never knew before.
I'm gonna show you. What? I'm gonna show you. You got me singing. Right? Am I way off?
No, just don't know
you're
the
looking at me. When it comes to lyrics, your look can scare me. So
I've heard that before. Thanks.
I know it's why 2 + 2 makes 1. I got that part. I'm just trying to think of the line Uncle Jermaine singing.
Yeah. It's Uncle Jermaine's line. Yep.
What is his line?
It's something you learn in school.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. I have to. You know what's not fair too? If you give me the music, I could sing along to it. You got me going from this year to that year, pre my birthday, and here or pre I'm born, and all that stuff. You got me jumping around.
Let me see if any of the fans know it. Any of the fans know the next line? So it's you went to school to learn, girl. Things you never knew before. Fan,
I'm gonna
go ahead. See if you can get it before TJ gets it.
They know it, and you're gonna embarrass me.
You know what? No one has said it yet.
You got me tempted to look them up, but I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat.
It's the goal. It's the rule of school of learning. Here we go. Sienna has got it right.
And Sienna's young. That's the funny thing.
Okay, then you're sad. Then Sienna got that right. Well, she got it somewhat right.
You know what? I would have never gotten that. That's
like I before E, except after C and 2 + 2.
I would have never gotten that. And you know what? I don't even know if I ever knew that. So that's one of those where I'm just hearing the way Uncle Jermaine is singing and just scatting it. I'm just making up my own thing to it. Yeah, I didn't know that's what he was saying.
So I guess being a Jackson doesn't mean. I mean, you like the music, but doesn't mean you really know the music from the earlier Jacksons, I guess, huh?
You know more about my Jackson catalog than the Jackson catalog than I do.
And you know why?
Why?
Because I'm a Jacksonologist. I don't know about that before.
And here's the thing. I love my family. I've heard I think I've heard every song. But when I was growing up, they didn't play ABC. You know, the world was playing it, but they were playing Sly and Kool and the Gang and Earth, Wind and Fire. That's what they were playing on the records and in the house. So I guess I should be careful because I'm acting like I know those lyrics. But you're gonna call me out on that. But we didn't. It wasn't like we just lived Jackson. So I should know everything about the Jacksons. It didn't work. It wasn't like that.
So at what age did you realize that the Jacksons were who the Jacksons were? Did anything seem strange to you, like as a kid, people following you around that you were like, what's going on? What age did you realize the enormity of the family?
I didn't really truthfully know it until about 9, 10, 11 years old. When I could articulate it wasn't until I was probably 12 years old. I think it would be the Dangerous tour. I don't know the year of that. I think it was 80. No, Dangerous.
No, Dangerous in the 90s.
93, right? So maybe it was something off the Bad tour. One of those tours when I was about 10, 11 years old, when I saw fans fainting, when I saw them beating on things, trying to get to my Uncle Michael, that's when I really, really got it. I was still a little young for Victory. I was only 5 years old, 6 years old. So I was, at home while all that was happening. And then when I would go to a show, halfway through the show, I'm falling asleep because it's way past my bedtime,
Wow.
So it wasn't like, oh, this is amazing. I don't know. It wasn't until my Uncle Michael where I said, oh my goodness. And then I had to go back and understand the whole history. And I'm still learning it to the day. I still hear people all the time teach me things and tell me how things were and how, But let me correct myself, because I think the very first time was I was around 7 years old. This is it. And my favorite cereal was Apple Jacks.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time. And I would have my Apple Jacks in the morning, and then on the back of the box was my father and uncle's. And you know how when you have a bowl of cereal or a box of cereal, there's like giveaways and little things you can get inside. And I want to say they were stickers that were in the boxes of the cereals, and you could collect them. That's when I knew. I was like, that's pretty cool, you know. And then you go to the grocery store and check all the backs. Like, there he is again. It's like, why isn't everyone's family like that? You know, so that was probably it. But later that day, I'm on to my next thing. It wasn't one of those things where like, yeah, that's my father. And it wasn't like that.
And your first tour that you actually saw them perform was Dangerous. So you didn't see anything before that?
No, I saw Victory. I'm sure I was at Jackson's Live in '81, but I was two years old.
Yeah.
But Dangerous was the first time I remember being there and enjoying it, you know,
right.
and able to articulate all that was happening. And same with my Aunt Janet's, like her Rhythm Nation tour, you know, seeing that. And yeah, those were the cool moments when I realized who my uncle and aunt really were.
So I guess, so you watch this and you watch the enormity of what they do on a stage, and you know, you want to be a musician as well, and you guys have your hit records. What's the pressure like to sort of emulate or be somewhat like the Jackson family dynamic sort of thing? Did you feel pressure to dance and do choreographed moves? And
for the most part, there was that little bit of pressure. And I remember being 11, 12 years old and being a pretty good dancer. Like I could move and groove. And I remember, I think my uncle came out with some song. He was number one on the charts with some dance song. And everyone's like, TJ, dance, and we want to watch you. And that just instantly turned me off. It instantly became like, I knew I couldn't measure up. You know, it's like, do this, do that, do the lean. You know, I was like, I can't lean. So that, like, you know, all that expectation stopped me from really embracing my dancing side. And then I was like, you know, my pops played the guitar. I'm going to go that route. I'm going to play the guitar. And then, but, you know, my Uncle Michael used to say, I'll never forget this. And this was the Dangerous tour, because we were in Asia, and it was 93. I was about 15 years old, and amazing times, man, amazing memories. So we'd be in the stadium, in the middle of the stadium with, you know, people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people who don't look like us, who don't even know the language, but are singing and idolizing my uncle, who we flew down with, who are just hanging out with. And then, you know, a song before it ends, the show ends, our security will take us to the car because he would leave, you know? Yeah. So we'd be waiting in the car, and my Uncle Michael would be singing, you know, whether it was Man in the Mirror or something, whatever he closed that Dangerous tour with, he'd be singing off the stage. And then there'd be all these entertainers on the stage, but he'd come off stage so he can get a head start out of the stadium, you know?
Can I tell you how I figured that out?
How?
I went to the history tour in Hawaii, bought like $600, $700 tickets because he wasn't coming anywhere to the mainland states. Me and a bunch of friends went out there, went to the Aloha Bowl, got there, and I knew some of the background singers with Dorian and all of them. And so I got backstage. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to meet Michael Jackson. The show had just ended. I'm sitting back there. I'm by the wardrobe. I'm looking at the outfits that he wore and all that. And I'm waiting for the longest time. And then Dorian comes out. I'm like, so is Michael going to come out? He's like, Michael been at the hotel since Man in the Mirror was going on. I was like,
it's true. What? It's true. So he would sing, and he would sing. He'd literally come into the car with the microphone finishing an ad lib, and we're just sitting there watching, and he's in this car, and then, you know, he turned the mic off, and he's like, good night, I love you. And he turned it off, and he just go, goes, don't ever dance. That's what he would say. Like, we were starting to become 3T, you know, we were starting to do his thing, and he would just say, be careful, don't dance, because like there's moments where I don't want to do all this dancing, but if I don't give it to them properly, I'm not doing it right. And that was also the reconfirmation that we needed, or I needed, to know that I don't have to dance like him. You know, he's doing his thing, I'm gonna do my thing. But I'll never forget those memories, man. They were golden. They seem almost unreal, you know. And now that we have this opportunity, I just want to say that my Uncle Michael was a beautiful person. I owe so much to him. He gave me the greatest childhood moments I could ever dream of. And I miss him terribly, and I love him. And I don't know what else to say, but that's the 100% how I feel.
That's all you need to say, man. It's from the heart. That's all you need to say. We all miss Michael, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been since 2011 years, since 2019.
Yeah.
Time has gone by so fast.
But, it's tough. It's tough, you know, and it's tough.
I understand. Well, man, TJ, I appreciate you coming back to us. I hope you get a chance to come back a third time when we get our studio audience back, because there's nothing, you know, like a studio audience to chime in. But,
I agree. You just let me know when, and I will be there, Delius.
Oh, I will. I don't know when COVID will end, but we will definitely do
when it ends, even if it's a year from now, maybe for the album, for that album I was talking about next summer.
By that time, you'll have like 5 albums out in a year.
Hey, I will. And what you gonna do about it?
I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna invite you on the show to sing.
Okay, that's it.
I want a performance. I want a TJ exclusive performance, because I know before we moved to the one-on-one thing here, I'd asked you to do come to the studio with the audience and perform, and you really wanted to take the time to get the performance right with the rehearsal and all that. So you've got all this time to get an amazing performance, so that when I ask you back, it'll be with the band.
You got it. It's a done deal. And as long as I can have that little monitor that has the lyrics, I'm gonna do my thing.
I'm gonna be the script doctor on the side of the stage while you're doing your thing. I'm gonna be like, that is not right. It says right here that the word is.
or we could practice the lyrics prior to the performance, however you want to do it.
Oh, I'm not going to sing with you. I'm not going to get anywhere near you.
Make sure I know my lyrics before I hit the stage. We could figure it out. We'll figure it out and make sure it's solid.
We'll do a sketch. I want to do a sketch with you on something like that.
I'm so down.
Preparing you.
You're like an honorary Jackson. We should be doing a sketch.
I'm an honorary Jackson?
You are, man. You're a solid person, Delius. And you remind me of my family, because you're lighthearted. You have fun with it. You sing. You're an artist. You remind me of a Jackson. Even this thing is kind of Jackson-esque up here. You know, you got your...
It's a C+, but I did it for you. And, you know, it's an apple, so...
It's a B-. And
it's a B-.
I'm going to give it a B. Now I'm going to upgrade it again. It's a B. It's just a little too tight. That's all.
Maybe from the side. You know, there you go.
You know what?
COVID time, so it's really nappy. It's usually not even this long, but
that fade is helping. The fade is helping. I like that fade.
You like the fade?
I do. Right. Who did that fade?
My barber. I went to his house because, you know, the shops are closed over here. So I was like, listen, I'm going to be on the screen with TJ Jackson, and that boy's pretty. I need to come out, somehow transform this into something. I'm not even lying. Like, normally I do a promotion and I put myself on the promotion. I didn't even put my picture next to yours, because I'm like, I'll be damned if a whole week they're going to see the two faces together and compare the two. So I didn't even put my picture on.
So next time for the next show we do a promotion, you better be on that picture. Don't leave me out there alone.
Oh no, you have to you know, downgrade the. Are there drawbacks to being pretty?
I love that question.
Is that a no?
No, I love that question. I don't think of myself as pretty. But I hear that. I don't think of myself as pretty. I'm just
walk into the mirror one day when you wake up and you're like, catch yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm pretty today. I just woke up and I'm pretty.
You know what? I don't look at myself. It's more my hair, because my hair can get nappy and my hair can get messy. So this is the hard part, is dealing with that.
Oh wait, let's see the hair. Pull it down. That's very brave of you. You know, you know who you look like when you did that? You look like Taj.
Really?
You did.
I'm going to show you next time, and this is going to be an exclusive to all 3T fans. Let me put my head up before
Hold
I
on.
say
I'm going to match you, and
okay.
I never do this.
I never
My
do
sister's in
this.
the other room right now, like, oh my God. She's like, I can't believe.
Yeah, okay. And you look like the guy from Crisscross.
Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Hey, some of them try to rhyme. My sister's like, what? I can't believe he just did that. I can't believe I just did that. We're live, right? Damn.
But I'm going to show you what people don't know is where those braids from Taj came from.
Oh, what?
Do you want me to share it now?
Yes, please.
So the movie Menace to Society, Lorenz Tate had dreads.
Yeah.
That was my favorite movie for a year. So I tried those dreads and I thought I was O-Dog. I thought I was so O-Dog. My license plate, my first license plate, California license plate was T-Dog. So I thought I was O-Dog. So my mom finally let me get or someone, my mom finally let me get braids. Right? I was excited. I did my thing. I have pictures of this. I was a big athlete, so I played my sports. They started to stink. You can't wash them. I couldn't even sleep because they smelled so bad.
Oh,
I took them out, said I can't do that. And then when 3T came about a year later, Taj didn't have a hairstyle. So he's like, do you mind if I wear braids? And I said, Taj, I will never wear those again. Take them. They're yours. So he wore them. They all started from O-Dog from Menace to Society.
So how does Taj deal with the smelling of them and this thing? And how does he deal with it for this long?
Taj don't play. First of all, Taj don't play as many sports as me. He don't really play sports. And then second of all, he does. I'm the sweating type of athlete. You know, I sweat easily. Where he doesn't sweat. He's like cold blooded. Taj is the kind of person that will have his home temperature at 85, 86. I need mine at 71, you know, so he just doesn't sweat. Yeah. So that's where those dreads came from. We're from O-Dog and Menace Society, Lorenz Tate.
Well, we got the exclusive.
That's it. I don't think I've ever said that before, but yeah. So you guys can, and what I will do is I'll bring a picture. I'll show you guys a picture of me with my braids.
Yeah. In the 90s, I sort of had like twists and braids. Mine wasn't from that movie. Mine was more from the "Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood" sort of a comedy. But yeah, so it didn't work out too much. My group tried to warn me, but I didn't want to listen. There's even an album cover or a single cover with it on. I look at it now and I'm like, they tried to tell me.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna. Yeah, I got a story for that, but I'm not gonna throw him under the bus.
Throw him under the bus. I back it up over him.
No, because I knew that. You know, there were sometimes there were people suggesting us do some certain things for a cover or a video, and I'm like, nah, this is too important of a video. I'm playing it safe. You know what I mean? So like anything and why I played it safe. I kept it simple. I did something that I knew that if it played for 20, 30 years, I wouldn't be saying I can't even watch because of my hairstyle. So
yeah, I have those videos. You can go back and look. I had the popcorn rows with the little things, snaps going up down the rows, going back and forth. I had the colored blonde tips. It's crazy to look at it now. It's like, wow. Really?
I would experiment in photo shoots, but for videos and like album covers, single covers, I keep it. I'm very conscious. I don't know if you went through this too, or you go through this, but I honestly think of myself at 65, 70 sometimes looking at my catalog. And I don't want myself to look at my catalog and think, oh man, what was I thinking? I don't want that. I want it to be like pick up and smile because of all positivity. So I try to keep things simple for my covers and videos.
I do think like that, but I like to look back. I think it's what we have from being, at a young age, being in front of the cameras, is sort of like a timeline to our life in movement to look back and be like, yo, when I was 20, that was me. Or hearing the record that 20, that's what I sounded like at 20 or at 16, or, you know, it's like, so yeah, I look forward to looking back and having those memories. A lot of people just have pictures, but they don't have the interviews and movies. And
it's great. It's beautiful, man. We're blessed, Delius. We're so blessed to be able to have that and share it with, you know, eventual extended family and our kids and stuff. It's something I don't take for granted. I'll never forget when my son, when he found out, because he didn't, you know, I kind of subscribed to my father and the Jackson way of doing things, where you don't really talk about it. You don't really say like, this is us, this is this. So my son didn't know about 3T, because 3T was even bigger, or I should say our biggest markets were in Europe. So here in the States, we go to a baseball game. No one would really mention, a couple times, but it was one of those where it's like no hysterica, you know, nothing crazy, you know, and it's like, Dad, you know him? I was like, well, you know, Dad sings. So, you know, he probably was a fan back in the day. But then I don't know how it came out. I think my daughter, my elder daughter, my stepdaughter, she played something on YouTube, and I'll never forget it. My son saw it and he looked at me like you did this. And it was like, you know, a lot of big fans, a lot of craziness. And I was like, yeah, son, you know, your dad did some things, you know, and ever since then he looked at me a little different, you know, so it was fun. But I don't know. I'm so blessed and thankful for being able to do music. And I thank my father every chance I get, and especially my grandmother. I always I say, I want to thank you, Grandma, for putting the work in and for sacrificing and building this, because it's something that I appreciate, and I know it wouldn't have been the same without you, you know. And it's not just without Uncle Michael or without my father or Janet or any of them. It starts with my grandparents. It starts with my grandfather and grandmother. So when my grandfather's here, I thanked him, and same with my grandmother, because they sacrificed. They put their dreams into their kids and put the time in. You know, and I respect that, and I think that's important to say to them.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, the world loved the Jacksons, man. So we're glad that they did the same thing, and we have many years to enjoy the music that has come from all of the Jacksons in the Jackson family.
Cool, man.
Thank you very much for being a part of this again. We'll do it again down the line when we're back in the studio, and you'll sing for us. Everybody heard you say it, so you can't be like, oh, I didn't practice.
No, I'm in. I'm in. I'm excited for it, Delius. I mean this. You are my favorite interviewer, and I love being here, chatting it up with you. I do. There's something about you. You're chill. You're fun, and you know. Here's the thing. As a Jackson, it's not easy to do interviews, because the tone and the spirit of who's interviewing you is more important than what's going to be asked. You know what I mean? And so I think for most people, it's like, you can't ask this question, you can't ask that question, but that doesn't mean that person doesn't like you, because if they don't like you, they're gonna get what they want out of you. You know. So, but with you, I know it's all love, and it allows me to be me and to open up and be relaxed. So I'm always here, and whenever you want me, I'm here for whatever, skits, whatever. I'm here.
Love it, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. We'll talk to you a little later, ladies and gentlemen. Virtual hand clap for TJ Jackson. All right.